I was gonna sing to you.
Here comes the singing.
Ready? One,
1, 2,
two,
3.
three. Ha, 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 ha.
This
Ha, 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 ha.
is the portion where Kate reminds you that she has a musical theater degree. You better work. You better work, theater.
Miss Theater.
Miss Theater girl.
Oh my God. Hi.
Hello.
Here we are, darlings. Have we wasted away? For those of you watching.
You can't see us. I fully have gained weight.
No.
I fully have gained all the weight that I lost from the juice cleanse.
You think so?
Yeah. I have this bad habit of I lost 5 pounds. Now I can eat 10.
Well, it didn't help that we had people over. And so then we're just like, let's get cookies. I ate that whole box of cookies.
Yeah, I know. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how there's one left.
I think I ate most of them.
Well, this is what happens when we take edibles and then we have cookies.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you can do.
What's a girl to do?
What's a girl to do?
A little tutti frutti.
What's a ghoul to do?
Ooh, spooky season.
What's a ghoul to do?
What's a ghoul to do?
So, if you didn't know by the intro, we watched Twilight.
A cult classic, a cinematic endeavor.
Is that a cult classic?
Okay, I actually don't know if it would be considered a cult classic.
I don't think it is.
Because it did well when it came out, right? Isn't the idea of a cult classic that it's it kind of bombed when it came out?
No, I think a cult classic is that there wasn't not that it was a bomb, but it definitely has gotten more popular over time. I think that's a cult classic. Is when it doesn't have to bomb, but it just gets more popular. Like when it first came out, there was no hype to it, and then people watched it. Like Scream, no one thought it was going to be scary because it's like phone calls.
Yes.
Well, but then everybody watched it, and then that's a cult classic.
Phone calls are scary. I don't want to talk to anyone on the phone. Except
calls
3 people.
Phone calls are scary, especially when you have to be like, I would like to make an appointment for my big toe.
For my big toe.
That's really that's the millennial horror movie.
Oh my God.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello.
I need to make an appointment.
Hi, I have a plantar wart in my big toe. I need to get it frozen. That's really spooky.
Ring, ring. Hello. I would like to make a reservation, please.
Oh no, look who the cat dragged in. You don't have Resi?
Spooky.
Spooky.
Don't mind the little white dog that keeps passing around. It's a ghost.
We have a ghost in the house.
Haunting. We adopted a son. His name is Jameson. Hi, Jameson.
Hi, Jameson.
Come take a seat, okay? We're producing.
You're making mommy anxious.
It's production, okay, sweetheart? And no, you won't be making any money. But maybe I'll give you some treats. You want a treat? Then sit down. He's like, bitch, leave me alone. Get out of my house.
He's like, I'm ready for you to leave.
You. He's like, where's my mommy and daddy?
I think he's ready for us to leave the house.
And I'm ready for us to start the episode. So here we are, 2 people that are ready.
And I'm just here. So there's that. Man, Twilight. Let's talk about it. Let's get into the fucking brilliance of Stephenie Meyer's classic series, Twilight, about old vampire in a high schooler's body.
That is
scamming on a 12-year-old.
Who's 12?
She's 17. I don't know.
Oh, okay. But compared to him, she's 12.
Yeah.
I think the situation is that book and movie came out at the perfect time. 100%. There is no other generation that shit would have hit with. Not with the boomers, not with the Gen X, and not with the fucking Gen Zs. That was only for emo as millennials.
Why do you think that is? Why do you say that? Because I agree with you, but do you have thoughts behind that?
Because millennials, okay, it would be too chuggy and cheesy for Gen Z. And then for boomers, it would be too weird. Yeah, boomers would be like, he's a vampire. Like, we get lost. We're like dreamers. Millennials are like very dreamers, emo. Like, we gave into the whole emo, because emo has always been around, but I feel like it was popular. Like you could be cool and still be emo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I feel like a lot of times it wasn't that way. Like, if you were an emo kid, you just hung out with the emo kids and you weren't popular, maybe picked on. But being emo was kind of in.
Yeah. And I think you're right, because I think Gen Z at this point is like, we want to watch something that is like a little bit strange. We're going to watch like anime. Like we've moved on beyond.
Gen Z would also be like, this is problematic. This is cultural.
He's grooming.
This is cultural appropriation of vampires.
Period. But you are right, and the boomers would be like, ew, this is so weird. But it also, like, think about it in the time period that it came out. Twilight came out on the heels of like Harry Potter wrapping up, and Harry Potter was like a global phenomenon with witches and wizards and
the whole magic thing.
The whole magic, we were into fantasy, but in like a realistic way.
I guess this is like the teenage Harry Potter, right? It's like we had to get, like, Harry Potter was cute, and then we got to Twilight, we had to get horny.
We had to get horny, gorgeous. Horny. Horny,
gorgeous, sparkle, mommy issues, daddy issues.
Lot of issues.
Wolf issues.
Dog issues. Jameson? Yeah. No, literally. Did you read Twilight when it came out?
I did read Twilight.
When it came out? Or were you kind of like...
I can't say, because I'm also the type of person who was like, I've been watching Game of Thrones since it came out. And you were like, no, bitch, we watched it.
Starting like season 5.
So I can't be like yes or no.
I remember. Okay.
How old were you? What year it came out?
I want to say it was like 2007. But I could be wrong.
Then I did not read it.
Because you were in...
I was 17.
So you didn't read it, period? Hang on.
No, I did not read it when it first came out. I've read all 4 of them.
4, yeah. Okay. The first one came out... I need to know. Sorry, this is right. 2005.
I was not reading Twilight when I was 15.
I was 12?
You was not reading Twilight.
What the fuck?
You was just finishing Harry Potter.
No, actually. I feel like, okay, because what I remember is... you know what, though? That kind of...
Because the movie came out in 2007.
Yes. 2007?
Yeah, because New Moon came out in like 2009.
We have to talk about New Moon.
Am I wrong?
Twilight, the film, came out in 2008. Okay, anyway. Now that my timelines are all together...
I definitely read the book before I saw the movie.
Same.
Okay, so movie versus book.
I feel like this is controversial, but I haven't read the books in so long.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm normally a book purist.
Uh-huh.
I kind of love the movie.
But I think you love the movie because it's bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think you like the movie because it's good.
But, like, I don't think the books are good.
But they're better than the movie. The
You
movie
think so?
is chuggy.
It's
like,
bad.
at least the book, you can, like, kind of picture your own thing.
Yes.
But in the movies, you're like, why is Bella acting like a hostage?
She's literally acting like she's been held hostage.
Why does it feel like she has Stockholm syndrome?
Because she does.
Like, but with her father, with Edward, like, with everyone.
No, it's messy. I guess it's probably because I haven't read the books in a long time that, like, I would have to go reread the books.
I remember also, like, when he does this whole, like, reveal of, like, he's a vampire, and when he, like, goes into the light and he's, like, all crystallized.
Yeah, and metamorphosized.
Yeah, and yassified. I remember watching the movie and being like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, he is just wearing glitter. In the movie, I was like, oh, he's, like, crystal, like
he's stoned.
Yeah.
Stoned. Beaded.
Boots.
Beaded.
And it's literally like he walked into a strip club and then came out and was like, look who I am.
He literally just, like, covered himself in highlighter. Like,
I had
and was
no idea what was happening when I saw that. When I saw that, I was like, you're lame. You're a loser.
You're a loser. Yeah. I mean, it's so funny because do you also remember like back when the movie came out, like everyone was thirsting over like Robert Pattinson and not in the first movie, but in then like Taylor Lautner. Like I remember everyone was like thirsting over.
By everyone, she means me. She absolutely means me.
No, but I remember like the gals were feral for Robert Pattinson, and when we watched this and I looked at him, I was like, ew, like.
But girl, you know what? You know what?
Tell me, girl.
You know what though, girl?
Tell me, girl.
I'd rather my generation be feral for fucking Edward than the generation before us to be feral over fucking Flavor Flav and fucking Bret Michaels.
I don't want to get into that. How
I'm just saying,
wrong
like,
you are in that thought.
What? All those girls fighting for Flavor Flav, and
That's
you're
how-
like, work queen.
Yeah, it's
I
amazing.
see it. No, I'm not talking about whether the TV show was amazing. I'm just saying whether they were hot.
Oh
That
no,
'cause you're
Flavor Flav.
Because you're
No.
saying that it was embarrassing that we went feral for Edward.
Oh no, yeah, like Brett. Okay.
But like,
Sorry, I got really defensive of my favorite programs. Let me dial it back. Yeah, Bret Michaels. And that was kind of at the same time too. That was coming out at the same time.
yeah, they all had that like little chain reaction.
Yeah. No, Bret Michaels was
Even
unsettling.
Flavor Flav.
Yeah. Well,
You're
the-
like,
the
there's no.
clock.
I'm
Who's
like, there's
horny
no
for this?
way.
Who's horny for this?
There is no way that these girls are so fucking for real, and they were. They were. Some girls were fucking in love with him. So you know what? I don't give a fuck. You can make fun of my fucking generation for being feral for a fucking shiny little white boy, shiny little British boy.
Yeah, scrappy, scrawny.
Yeah,
He was scrawny.
I get it.
The whole film washed in a light blue glow. What's up with that? A blue-gray glow. What's up with that?
With the gloominess, because you had to be like, because like in order for you to be happy for Bella, you had to be like sad about this town. You had to be like, oh, this is
No.
You had to be like, oh, this is a good thing happening because there is no fucking sun.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I've heard from people who live in the Pacific Northwest that, yeah, it can get kind of dreary, kind of gloomy. But I'm also like, are we always in this like blue-gray wash?
Yes.
Do we always look this sickly?
Yes.
I don't think so.
No, I know so. This is why people in Seattle, like, Seattle has the highest heroin addiction.
Oh no!
Because don't let me get into my
Not into the stats.
into my stats.
Ashlynn
My
loves-
100,000%. I
Ashlynn
love to
loves
throw a stat in
stats.
there.
And I never know if they're real. And sometimes I'm pretty sure they're made up. But
You're so supportive.
I love you.
No, you should drink the cup while you say
I'm creating tension in the pod, you know?
There's tension, okay.
I can feel the tension. Nope, that's not the song. Anyway, regrouping. Yeah. I love this film though. I deeply love this film.
I don't deeply love this film, but it brings me back
It brings me back
to a simpler time where I didn't pay rent and I was like, oh my God, she is in this love triangle with a wolf and a vampire. What it's like to be Bella.
I want to know. Yeah, I remember I tore through the books when I first got my hands on them.
Yeah.
Tore through them. I was in Europe and
I feel like you're always in Europe when you're reading a book. Like, who are you, Emily in Paris?
she's not reading, please. She is not reading. She's not.
Every time you're like, I read Harry Potter, I was in Ireland.
No.
Oh, I read Twilight, I was in Italy.
I was in Italy.
Oh, I read Divergent, I was in Santorini.
I've never read
Oh,
Divergent.
what was that? I read...
No, it is kind of unsettling though that I'm getting hooked on. It's something in the books over there. But anyway, I remember we were like on a tour bus and one of my friends had Twilight as a book and we were all kind of swapping books or whatever. I got my grubby little mitts on that copy of Twilight and I was like blown away. Woken up into a new world. So much so that my parents were going to come on this trip like another week later.
Mm-hmm.
And I recently discovered an email I sent my father.
And what was it?
And I said, Father, darling,
You said father, darling?
Probably something like
No.
that.
Where's the email?
I can't. It's gonna take me forever to find
Well,
it.
you should have.
I
What other prep are you doing for this podcast that you couldn't find of email? That's so important.
Okay, hold
and
on.
you did not say father, darling.
I said something.
We don't want this gay Kate, this fucking 25-year-old gay Kate.
Please.
We want angsty teenager Kate.
Okay,
We wanna
we're
read
gonna
it.
go all the way back.
Just search his email.
What do you think I'm doing?
How many times have you emailed your father?
A lot. We email a lot. We email back and forth.
Subject. Pasta?
Okay, wait, this might be it. See, this is a problem. I was in email chains with them.
With your parents?
Yeah, that's so embarrassing.
What the fuck is this family? What is this family? You guys are like, pasta for dinner? Email. Send email. CC
No, this is
Kate.
like when I was. Shut up, please. Okay, wait.
Gold member for movie tonight?
Oh my God.
CC Marianne.
No, she's like absolutely not. And
Bounce
me and my
back.
dad are like, we're doing it. Okay, I can't find it.
All right, that's it. Enough.
Anyway, I know it's too much. But long story short, sorry, I really thought I was gonna find it. Whatever.
Can't you search like Twilight?
I can't remember which book I was looking for is the problem. So it's can
Okay.
you just let me tell the story?
Sorry.
I can't look for receipts. I'm sorry. The memory just popped into my head. I
Okay.
have to be organic. I get
It's the
I get-
whitest thing you've ever said in this podcast.
I get my grubby little mitts. I tear through Twilight.
Mm-hmm.
I email my sweet father. I say, "Hey Jim, love you. Having a fabulous time in Italy.
Do you think you're using this sexy voice when you're emailing your father?
No, I'm typing on a keyboard.
But your inner monologue, is it a sexy voice? Like you're like, "Hey, Dad."
No, I'm working up to asking for something. Is there any chance that when you guys come, you could bring me a copy of New Moon from Barnes and Noble, please? I need to read it. And they did. And it feels like that was kind of a letdown, but
I'm gonna play this clip of this of this piece for the rest of my life on our TV, just so you can just watch what you gave to the people. What is wrong with you?
well,
You
asked
are
me.
so dramatic. That did not need the drama that you said.
Well, you're asking. Here's the problem. You're asking for receipts. I just wanted to tell a story.
well, we love it.
And the story,
We
we
love
love
it.
it. Speaking of, we love
No. No, I wasn't ready to move on. But thank you. Thank you for thinking you're the producer when you can't even do prep for your own fucking notes. It makes sense, though, that you like Twilight,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't make sense that I like Twilight.
Yeah, it does.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it does.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it does.
No, it does not.
You were feral for the Hunger Games series. You're feral for Divergent. You were a horny tween. Please.
I
And
wasn't
you liked-
feral for Divergent. Let's be honest there.
Well, you know more about Divergent than I do, and I was really into young adult fiction, so I don't trust you with these. With
Period.
Period.
Period just ended right there.
I don't trust you.
Okay, anyways, so
If you change the subject to "We Love It," I'm gonna blow up this entire house.
no,
Jameson's
I have
going out.
something to say.
Okay, say it.
And that is, we love it.
Ah!
Moving on to the next segment.
Okay, what do you love about this film?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I hate everything about it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You're a joy.
God. My God.
You would think we're on the juice cleanse this week.
Yeah, for real. We were nicer to each other last time because we were going through it.
We were in solidarity together.
Okay. Honestly, I love the Cullen family. They are cunt. I just love that
Period.
they're all dating each other. They just like get to play mom and dad all the time.
It's
Like
insane.
I kind of just want to be them. Like when they walk into the fucking cafeteria, they made
Yes.
the cafeteria look like the fucking Gucci runway.
Yes.
Like the way they walked in, I'm like, I don't think I'll ever be that fucking cool. They like walk in, they give them a little montage. They're all like eye fucking the camera, and they're all like high cheekbones,
and
they're
smizing.
Yeah, and they're all like coupled up. They're like, imagine that, like you just get to live with your partner forever, and you're playing mommy and daddy all the time. Like you're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to high school, but I'm 800 years old.
Yeah, we have to unpack that though, because that's like a whole crazy.
But
thing.
that's something I love about it is the Cullen family. They're cunt. They're fish.
They're
fish. They're fish. The wigs that they have, they're fish.
Wigged. Who has your in the Cullen family? Who has your favorite wig?
Jasper.
Yeah, Jasper's wig is outlandish.
His shit is thriving. His shit is plump.
I need to, and it's like bouncy.
That's what I'm saying.
And it
fish.
Looks, and okay, for the whitewash, like not whitewash, like racially, but like for the blowout of color, like the lack of color in the film, his curly golden haired wig is pretty vibrant.
Yeah, because he's a pale face. He's the one that is like fucking like, I cannot look at humans or I'm going to eat everyone.
But they're sending him to school. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because Allison has good pussy. So he's like, I must go.
Her name is Alice, not Allison.
Oh, my bad.
Also, another Bobbiana.
When she wears the cap when they're playing baseball.
Stop. Wigged. Bobbed
wig.
Bobbed wig.
She looks great. And she does the high point. Like, that's my other favorite. That's my other. We love it when they play baseball.
Oh.
And they're like, and Bella's like, why the fuck do you play baseball? Which is a good question. Like, you're a fucking vampire. Why are you playing baseball? Like, oh, you all want to hit home runs? Like,
are you like, do you just feel like, how random?
And then they have to play when it's thunderstorm. It's like, please.
This
is the
is
drama.
The contrivedness is
And they're like,
insane.
this is an all-American old time. And you're like, okay.
You're like, vampires are Romanian.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
So I don't understand what's going on. I do love when she does like her little batma when she pitches, when she's like
bah.
It's so fierce.
And then they're like running, and then Bella's like, that has to be a home run, right? And then the mom is like, Edward's super fast.
It's like,
I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, everybody's trying to fuck. She's like, he's a fast boy.
Yeah.
That's mommy's fast boy.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck is happening in this film?
Literally.
What's something you love?
Oh, okay. I gotta give a shout out to
I love when you give shout outs. Like,
I gotta give
you're like a fucking, you're like a DJ. You're like a lunchtime DJ.
Why lunchtime DJ?
I want to give a shout out to Debbie, who's having a hard time at work. Don't worry, all bosses are the same.
Don't worry, girl.
You always want to give a shout out. You're like, and before we play Dreams by Fleetwood Mac for the 8th time, I want to give a shout out to Debbie, who's having a hard day at work. I see you, sister. Don't worry. It's all vibes.
Are we playing Dreams 8 times in a row?
Who's we? It's you. They keep asking you to play something different. And you go, oops, it's on again.
I don't know how to turn the repeat on. Oh. Okay, so gotta give a shout out. I have abs now.
Oh. And if you all were wondering why she dates me, that's why, right there. That's it.
So stupid. Oh my God. I would like to shout out. James is fast asleep. This is insane. Art is happening and he does not care. I would like to give a shout out to Anna Kendrick in this film.
Pre-cups.
Pre-cups. It sounds like you're talking about like her boobs.
No, it doesn't. Unless you're a pervert. That's what it sounds like. Everyone knows cups when you hear Anna Kendrick. No one thinks about tits. No one's like, you know who has a good pair of tits on them? Anna Kendrick.
Leave her tits out of it. Anyway, that was really funny. But I have to give props to Anna Kendrick because I gotta give a shout out to my girl Anna Kendrick. I can't even say it without laughing because like
she acts.
She eats.
Mhm.
Like, and this is prior to Pitch Perfect. This is I think I don't know if this was her first movie role, but it's like one of her earlier roles. And she makes a meal out of every single line.
She's the only one acting.
That is, but this is what I'm saying. She's the only one who I'm like, oh, you're acting like you're in high school.
Huh? She's acting.
Stop. I'm acting. No, but she's so cute when she's like when she's like, Edward is not interested. Yeah, like I'd even care. Like some of her line readings, I'm like, oh man, you are a high school girl. Like it's so cute.
Or like when Mike is like talking to Bella and Bella's like, maybe you should like ask her instead. And she's like, hi.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, she was so good in that movie.
What's another We Love It?
Oh man, the soundtrack.
You love this. You're such a grandmother. You're like, oh, the soundtrack.
Oh my God, please. Strap me to the gurney for Flightless Bird, American Mouth by Iron and Wine. Please. I used to play that soundtrack on repeat. Supermassive Black Hole by Muse while they're doing ballet baseball. Please. It's brilliant.
Please.
Edward Cullen playing his little Bella's lullaby on the piano while she looks like she's in anguish. Please.
It's so funny. You turn to me and you go, he's at least playing it, right? I'm like, oh my fucking God. What a fucking nerd over here.
Well, I was like,
I'm like, oh, he's touching keys.
No, but I'm like, he's playing the notes.
No, I know. You would know that. You play the piano.
Yes.
It's
evidence.
It's great. It's talent. I'm an idiot.
Talent.
I'm like, I have a hammer.
What do you say hammer for?
I don't know. To play the piano. Wow, 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 wow. Should we move on to our next segment?
Do you have any other We Love It's?
No.
I mean, everyth's a We Love It. I stand this film.
I mean, I feel like we're going to get into more things. That's why I don't want to use it for We Love It.
Got you.
Okay. So we're going to move on to red flags in Twilight.
Because there's a lot of them.
Because there is a lot of them. And this is for the girlies.
Yes.
Red flags in Twilight. Okay, so let's get into the red flags, okay? Because a lot of these things, like, it's so funny because watching it as a teenager and like reading about it, not red flags.
No.
But then as an adult watching this, I'm like, there's red flags all over this.
Why are we letting children consume this media?
Like, media's big, but but
let's unpack that later.
But the fact, I don't even care about that, right? Because all media you can,
Yeah.
Because I was listening to Shake That Ass when I was like 9, okay?
Shake That Ass.
But the fact that I thought this was like hot and like what I wanted.
Unsettling.
In a relationship, I'm like, oh my God, he loves her.
Yeah.
And now that you watch it, you're like, girl, you should have walked away.
Yeah. She should have walked away.
So what are some red flags? We'll go back and forth. What's one red flag?
Okay. Well, I know, yes, Edward has red flags, right?
Yes.
But I have to kick it off for me personally. Bella's also a walking red flag. Bella.
How dare you?
She's
how dare you come for a woman first? Not very pro women of you, but go ahead.
I hate that for me.
Read her. Read her to filth.
I gotta read her to
filth. She is a red flag.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Her mom abandons her.
How is that a red flag?
She has mommy issues.
Oh, that's a red flag. For her?
Yeah.
Oh.
You couldn't
relate to that. You couldn't relate to having mommy issues. You're so sick. You're so sick right now. You're so sick.
Why don't you share one of your red flags?
Okay. If a man makes a bar face when you walk in, that is a red flag.
That's an absolute red flag.
If I was to walk into a class and I had a crush on a boy and he was like...
What about a girl, though?
If I had a crush on a boy or a girl or they or them...
Love.
And I walked in and they were like...
Yeah.
I would never be attracted to that person ever again in my life. What about that was like, I want to get to know him?
But this is what I'm saying. But I'd argue that that's a red flag on her.
Yeah, but she has mommy issues.
Right.
That's what we're dealing with there.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It
Red
is
flag?
it is a horrible red flag.
Okay.
Okay, this is a big one for me. It's a red flag,
Mm-hmm.
right? That Edward is 104 years old, right? And he lives with his parents. I use that term loosely. And has, like, he's like, this is my bedroom. Like, my G, get an apartment. Red flag.
Like, you've been alive for 187 years and you have no financial, like, independence? You haven't invested in one good stock?
But this is what I'm saying. Like,
you haven't found one good trade?
But this is exactly what I'm saying. Like, your dad is a doctor, right? Carlisle is a doctor. He has
Dr.
an income.
Carlisle. Dr. Carlisle.
Are you Meredith Marks? He has an income.
Mm-hmm.
No one else is working.
No.
There are 15 of them. No one else is working.
They're too busy hooking up with each other.
Well, it's a red flag.
But also, like,
It's
in
a red
what
flag.
place can a doctor afford 5 children and a wife? Like, what does the mom do? She's a stay-at-home wife.
Yeah.
No doctor is making that much money in Fort Myers.
Forks, Washington. Fort Myers is in Florida. Please.
I kept calling it Fort Myers.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Carlisle is a drug dealer. Let's talk about that.
No, seriously.
Let's talk about that.
No, but it's a red flag that, like, it's not a flex that he shows her his bedroom.
He goes, this is my bedroom.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, no bed. He's like, I don't sleep. And she's like, no. Get an apartment. What the fuck?
Get a futon. Like, come on, pretend.
Like, let's pretend. We're acting.
Get a Murphy bed. Come on, man. Like, come on, have some self-respect.
Yeah, that really blew mine when I realized it.
Okay, here's my red flag. If
Love.
a man throws a tree branch in the middle of a forest, that's a red flag.
When does he do that?
When he's like, as if you could beat me.
Yes.
As if you're stronger than me. And he grabs a fucking tree branch and he flings it across the forest. I would be like, you're right. And I would walk away.
Yeah,
like,
you're violent.
Like, what are you talking about? See, now, Kate, I would like to apologize to you. The more I keep mentioning his red flags, and then I remember how she reacts to his red flags, the more she is a redder flag.
Right.
What's a redder flag?
Like a she's like a crimson flag.
She's a crimson flag.
She's a crimson flag.
Because he's like doing all that. She's like, oh, she like bites her lips like she like, like who told Bella? Who told Kristen Stewart? Right, that's her name.
Yes.
That that was sexy. She was like, she's like,
I don't care.
She's like, I don't care. It hurt me. I've never wanted to be not in pain anyways. She's like, I don't like feeling safe anyways.
But this is what it is. You're confused as to why. I mean, you almost have to respect the boundaries that he's trying to put into place at first. He's like, I don't want to be near you.
Yeah, but he's also gaslighting her.
100%.
He's also
100%.
He's also doing this thing that like
men do. Men do.
He's doing this thing where he's like, I'm not good enough for you. And then you're like, no, you are. And it's like, okay, you're not. Bye.
Yeah.
Toodaloo.
You don't got to tell me, sweetie.
Toodaloo.
Toodles.
What's
ciao,
another
ciao,
red flag you
ciao.
have?
Oh, that he uttered. Okay, this is a red flag on Edward.
If he eats people, it's a red flag.
Right. No, but here's a red flag on Edward is that you have been alive for 104 years. Again, we're going back to the span of life. You've consumed a lot of media. You read a lot of books. You watch a lot of movies. Media again. And you call this young girl spider monkey? That's a red flag. That's not a thing. Is a spider monkey a thing?
It is a thing.
No, it's not. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Google spider monkey. You're gonna see a picture of Bella.
Like, what the hell? I was just like,
my whole thing is like, you don't feel older than her mentally.
right. Oh,
it is a thing.
Oh, that's disrespectful that he called her a spider monkey.
Well, it kind of looks like her.
It looks sad.
Right,
Yeah.
and that place is sad.
Oh, God. But that's upsetting and rude. Okay, I
But
didn't
if
know
I
it was
called you
real.
a spider monkey, you would love it. It was like, come here, my little spider monkey. You'd be like, you know you would. You know you would.
Fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he like, whatever.
My thing is like, you mentally relate to her. I don't give a fuck how much of an old soul she has. She doesn't have a 401-year-old soul.
Stop, literally.
Like, you don't feel
creepy.
too old to be doing this?
You're grooming her. You're grooming her.
He does groom her, as we know.
He's grooming her.
Here's another red flag. If a man professes his love by saying he wants to drink your blood more than he's wanted to drink anyone else's blood, that's a red flag.
Big red flag. Big red flag.
If a man makes you run away from your family because another vampire is chasing you because he likes to hunt, that's a red flag.
If you if the only way that you can think of leaving your home is by using the same words that your mom used to break up with your dad to abandon your dad, that's a big red flag. You have mommy and daddy issues.
Honestly, the only green flag is Dr. Carlisle and her dad.
Yeah, Charlie Swan is a green flag.
He's the green flag.
He's the only I don't even think Carlisle is a green flag.
He's a green flag. He's a doctor.
He's a doctor. But here's the thing, right? Let's take this back.
Tell us your hatred for our first responders.
Don't you dare say that to me. I love first responders.
Shout out to our first responders.
Girl, I know you've been having a hard day. Here's Rhiannon.
Go ahead.
Fleetwood Mac.
Please continue.
No, but he bites Edward. Like, Edward
he
is
was
about
dying of the Spanish influenza.
And it's a better existence to be a vampire?
Yes. If you were going to die of COVID and someone came out to you and was like, I'll bite you and you become a vampire, you're going to be like, no, let the COVID take me? Absolutely not.
I don't know.
I'm telling you right now.
Okay,
if
but
I had the flu, someone was like, if I had allergies, and someone was like, I could turn you into a vampire, I'd be like, do it, let's go.
You
if
would?
I had a splinter, and someone was like, in order for this pain to go away, I can turn you into a vampire, I would absolutely be a vampire.
Even with how hard it is to be like, because they're like moral vampires, which is also annoying. Red flag. Just be a fucking vampire, like
Right.
please don't. They're like, we're vegetarians. Shut up.
I would be like, yeah, they're like, we're gluten free.
It's like, okay, whatever. Exhausting mentally for me.
I would be a vampire, but I would be like Dexter. I would eat bad people.
Okay, I love that kind of cross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I would like eat like serial killers and child molesters.
Be doing a lot of work. Be doing a lot. Well, you have the time. You have the time.
I have the time because I won't be going to high school because I'm not a fucking.
Why are they going to high school?
Because they have to like play this part of like the doctor and his children.
They can't just get jobs. Like, I love that.
Where is he
like,
gonna work at a fucking McDonald's? What do you want? I want to work at a McDonald's. You want to say, "Oh, hi," like, and they're like, "My fries are cold," and he's like, "Oh, because I fucking grabbed them with my hands."
Okay. Yeah, you kind of got me there. I don't know. He could be a librarian. I don't know.
He could be a librarian.
Yeah. Books won't freeze. And also, like, the whole idea that they're like, oh, well, the younger we play, the longer we can stay. Just get a job and just move. Like, you all are living forever. Like, I don't think we have to, like, be going to school. I think you can just do different jobs and be like, I'm 18. They also, not all of these children looked like they were in high school. Rosalie is wearing pumps to high school.
Stilettos, baby.
Pumps. Pumping. She's pumping.
She looks like Fergie. Like, let's be honest. She looks like Fergie. Like, she walks in and she's like, Fergalicious.
No, literally. And then she starts doing backflips, like how Fergie does backflips.
Emmett looks like fucking Donkey Kong. The back of a fucking truck. Like, please. Brother, please.
Brother, please. When James the vampire is chasing her. When James the vampire is chasing her and they escape in her truck and then Emmett falls, like jumps on the truck he looks like Donkey Kong.
I'm just like, and it's like boom, and then it shakes,
And then he's like,
"Don't worry, that's Emmett." And I'm like, okay, well, Emmett could have just like, like just said, "Hey,
he
I'm
could
on
have.
my way, and I will be waiting on the corner." You didn't have to like jump on the truck like
We
that.
could have picked him up. Like,
yeah,
it was a little crazy.
I want to talk about something else.
Tell me.
Cunt, fierce, fish.
Fish.
Who am I talking about? Cunt.
I know who you're talking about.
Who am I talking about? Cunt.
Victoria, the
yes
spirit animal. That's the thing. Why are you gonna be Rosalie wearing pumps and a shake and go wig in high school, not eating people,
when you could be
you could be Victoria
with her beautiful curls,
with her gorgeous curls, her Penny Lane fur coat. She's wearing a "Kiss Me, I'm Irish" shirt, and she's walking around barefoot. Ew, I think my stomach was showing. You're gonna have to crop that. Anyway, body dysmorphia. That outfit, that hair,
the attitude,
the
loyalty. She said, "Y'all killed my man. I'm coming for y'all." She's watching them in their high school dance. She's like, "Oh, it's funny."
Was he her man?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Then was the other vampire like their third? What was going on there?
He was like, he was just single and like ready to mingle, and that's why he wanted to play baseball. He maybe wanted to.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that they all like come in. They're like, "You have room for extras." You're like,
I'm
what?
like, do vampires really love baseball this much?
It's a weird. I didn't know.
I mean, I could have seen like football maybe, or like
No,
or like
I could have seen like racquet ball. No,
what's the thing that goes
croquet.
croquet?
Was that what you were thinking?
Yes.
Of? Wow. You and I were on the same page there.
Like croquet, lacrosse, or something. Golf.
Not lacrosse. Rugby.
But baseball?
Baseball's so random.
That seemed the least physical one.
Yeah.
You have all that strength for what? You
Yeah.
could have done mud wrestling, and I would have been more impressed.
Yeah.
I don't know what was up with that. Let's talk about something right now. Talk about the wolves. How would you feel about the wolves?
It's an interesting dynamic between the wolves and the vampires. The Quaalude. I don't know.
The Quaaludes?
The Quaaludes.
The Quaaludes.
I feel like I'm on Quaaludes watching that film.
Because we haven't touched base about them.
I love.
But I would like to say one more time that Victoria is cunt fish.
Oh,
the moment
she gives.
She eats. She slays.
Shout out to Victoria. Girl, I see you doing your thing, and honey, I love it.
I see your curls, and I know you're working hard, girl.
And here is Gypsy by Fleetwood Mac. I just only play Fleetwood Mac as a DJ. That would be so funny.
Here is, since you lost your man James, girl, here is You Make Loving Fun by Fleetwood Mac.
That's kind of dark. Sweet, wonderful you.
Anywho, but the wolves are here. They're
not queer. That we know.
Who knows? But
their hair is questionable.
But let's talk about like well, I don't want to talk about something because we're gonna jump into it. But the wolves are pretentious. They're pretentious. They're annoying.
You find them annoying?
I mean, the way they're like, let's just say that they're not like human. Neither are you.
Yeah.
And neither are you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Neither. The Cullens don't come here. Okay. This place is ugly anyways.
Yeah, I'm not trying to go to La Push. La Push. I don't want to be bodyboarding in freezing water. I'm good. Thank you. I do like the back and forth of like their mythological creatures, but they're grounded in like humanity. I do like the play on that. I don't know if that was a really full-formed thought.
That's okay.
But I also love, we have to talk about Jacob's wig. That wig is bad. That's I'm sorry. You're like, let's talk about the wolves. I'm like, all I can think about is that horrific wig. That's seared into my brain. That poor boy. He went into his costume fitting, and they're like, "Yo, we got a great outfit for you."
He went into their costume fitting, and they said, "We spent too much on Jasper's wig." So you had to get a shake and go.
Yeah. Jasper's the only one who got a good wig.
And I don't know if that's Victoria's wig or her real hair.
That's got to be her real hair.
Because that was beautiful.
Gorgeous.
You said the same thing.
Just saying.
You said the same thing.
If there's ever a Twilight musical, can someone cast me as Victoria?
No, they won't. You will be playing Jasper. Just to say. You would be playing the old man that gets eaten in the boat.
Damn, the drunk Santa. That's so sad.
That's who you will be playing. And
I love that he sees.
Be
Who will you be playing?
Dr. Carlisle.
No, you're gonna be playing Jacob. Episode 1. Yeah, the wolves are annoying.
They're pretentious.
Like, and I love that he keeps being like, "It's just a story, Bella." You're like, okay.
He's like, "Let's just say they eat people." She's like, "For real?" It's just a story, Bella.
He's like,
"Let's just say
they're vampires."
Yeah. She's like, "What?" Just players. Just a story, Bella.
Yeah.
Jeez, you're so stupid. Like, does Bella like anyone that treats her nice?
No. But that's like the whole point of like the entire series is that neither of them are really that nice to her. They're all
Remember when she has to pretend to like the truck he gave her? She's like, huh, this is awesome.
I don't think she was
Remember that
acting.
part?
And I looked at you when she gets that truck and I go, how did nobody know she was a lesbian?
No, because she does this turnaround that only lesbians do.
Which is what?
It's a lesbian turnaround. People who know lesbians know what I'm talking about. It's a lesbian turnaround, and we both said, that bitch been gay.
What did she do?
It's the lesbian turnaround.
What's the lesbian Can you give me like a...
No, you couldn't find the email. I'm supposed to give you a turnaround?
You're acting it out. We don't have to go back to the emails. Not her emails. Oh, please, but her emails.
Lock her up.
But her emails. Oh, you got me there. So stupid. Can you give me the lesbian turnaround?
No, they have to watch the movie.
Okay.
And they'll see. When he gives her the car and she goes, whoa, this is awesome. I'm like, I'm sorry. Did they tell you to act like a little boy who received a bicycle?
That truck is fierce, though. You know, maybe...
I will say, though, sorry, very excited. All of them turn out to be really good actors.
Yeah.
Except for Taylor Lautner, but...
Yeah.
But he was given shitty roles.
But he dated Taylor Swift, so...
And he got a song named after him.
And isn't he also
September.
married... Hold on.
He's married to Taylor.
Back to December.
Yeah. Sorry.
So he dated...
She makes a song and she just picks a month. She goes August, September, December. They're like, you already made one. She's like, December part 2, December Junior.
May. Hold on. Taylor... Hold on. Taylor Lautner.
Hold on.
Dated Taylor Swift.
Yeah, no, he's dating Taylor, and he's
and
married
now
to
he's
Taylor.
Married to another Taylor.
And so her last name is Lautner. So when they go, may I speak to Taylor Lautner?
They go, which one?
They go, which one? And then they go, ha ha ha, and then they go like this with their nose. They go, ha.
That is repugnant, honestly.
Not really. I was really thinking about changing my name to Catherine. As of late.
Really?
Yep.
Tell me more.
I was gonna name myself Catherine the Great.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's illuminating. Taylor... No, they all...
Why are you so stuck that people with the same name are married to each other?
I think it's that he doubled down and, like, that he dated Taylor Swift and then he dated and is now married to another woman named Taylor.
And how many...
And his name is Taylor.
How many girls have you dated that their name starts with Ash? We'll wait. No, take your time.
It's kind of giving...
How many did you date?
It's the same picture.
Right. So how dare you judge him?
But my name's not Ash.
Your name is Ass.
That was so bad. You couldn't. That was so bad. That was so bad.
Okay,
They
let's move on.
They are all good actors now.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Kristen Stewart film you've
Robert
seen?
Pattinson was not a better actor, but he was already a good actor. He was a good actor in Harry Potter. I think it's the directing of Twilight. Let me make that clear.
Yeah. Female director too, which is a bummer.
You didn't have to say that out loud.
Yeah, damn. We'll take that out.
But
Sorry, Catherine Hardwick.
let me finish my stories.
Okay, God.
Because they are finished with me.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
You're talking about Robert Pattinson being a good actor.
Oh, when he was in Harry Potter, he was really good.
He was good.
My boy!
That's his dad.
Obviously.
Look what they did to my son.
He's back.
He's back.
Voldemort's back. Okay, let's move on to our next segment.
Okay.
Which is Team Edward
Edward
versus Team Jacob. And we're going to give you a little bit of 5 seconds, okay? We're going to give you 5 seconds to guess who was what and what was who. And by what I mean by that is which one of us was Team Jacob and Team Edward.
Put your jokes up.
We want to give a quick shout out. And when we come back...
Shout out to Team...
Have you guys guessed?
Have you guessed?
Don't answer.
Don't answer.
Okay, go ahead. You tell them what team you were, Kate.
I'm not proud of it. I was Team Edward.
Boo!
I know. Team
It's
Spider
so weird.
Monkey. It's so embarrassing.
And I was Team Jacob.
Of course you were. You guys look the same.
And you look like Edward.
I know.
You can't be in the sun.
I
You're
know.
like, I can't be in the sun.
I wish I was so crystal.
You're like, I live with mommy and daddy too.
I don't. We are at their house though. Would you change sides now?
No. Oh no.
You're still Team Jacob.
I am.
He's
I will
a
for
little
always.
bitch.
And Edward is not. Edward, who's like, I can't love you, but I want to walk you to class. I can't be with you, but let me save you from getting hit by this truck. You think I didn't want to save you? I'm
He's
like, oh my god.
he's
He's a
like-
little. Jacob is a little bitch. Edward is a little bitch. At least Jacob isn't going around being like, I want to drink your fucking blood.
No, but then
Even at
he
that age. Let's go.
Quiet Coyote. Quiet Coyote. Why'd you Quiet Coyote me?
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so Team Edward, give me some things that sells Team Edward for us.
Okay, he was like obsessed with Bella. That was like, it was just,
That's a red flag for you.
I know.
Because he was obsessed with Bella. That's
I
what you
know.
liked about him.
Well,
You were like, oh my god, I want someone to watch me sleep.
He drove a Volvo. Fierce.
That was a lesbian. That's the most lesbian thing you ever said on
He
here.
drove a Volvo. Fierce.
That's what you like.
I also feel like, I mean, they have this whole vibe.
Do you
they
like?
have a vibe together.
But
it's
what do you like
annoying.
about Edward? Is it? Did you just have a crush on their relationship?
I guess.
Because he played old people music, and you were like, I vibe with this.
Oh, well, I love classical music. And so when he's
and I
like,
call it old people music. 'cause
and
I'm
when
so
he's
respectful.
like Claire de Lune, I'm like, oh, that's my favorite song. It's one of my favorites. Not my favorite by Claude Debussy, but his last name is Debussy. I don't know if it's Debussy, but I prefer to call him Debussy. You're welcome. If you want a beautiful piece by
Mhm.
Debussy, I do recommend listening to arabesques. They're beautiful. Cannot play them.
Okay.
Any hoodles. Yeah, no, I felt like, well, I'm a nerd, right? Like, and
Yeah.
I love music. I love to read. I love to do all this shit. And so like,
you are also 400 years old.
no, I wish. And I think I wanted to be a vampire too.
Oh, okay.
Like, this is a turnaround from me being like, Carlisle shouldn't be turning these people into vampires. I'm like, no, I wanted to be a vampire. They lived forever. Hello.
And then you got mad at me because I was like, yeah, if COVID came and I was like, yeah, I want to be a vampire. How you got mad at me? You're so hypocritical. How things have changed so fast on this podcast episode.
Wisdom is important to get as you get older. Opinions change. But I don't know, I felt like and maybe it was because I also felt like she never had like a real connection with Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he was her what do you call him? Rebounds. And that's that.
So you didn't like Jacob because he was a rebound?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Did you have a crush on Edward?
No.
Or you just were team Edward?
No, I was team Edward. I never
Okay.
have a crush on Edward. Do you have a crush on Jacob?
I absolutely did have a crush on Jacob.
That's so
Are you kidding me? When he takes off that wig and he comes with his fucking 6-pack and he's everybody in the theater was like all the girls were like
Feral.
that is like one of the best. Oh, hello. Sorry.
Are you team Edward or team Jacob?
He said no comments.
Riveting.
He said they're both red flags because he's a good boy.
Come
on.
here.
Okay. That is one of the best reveals in cinema history.
Get the fuck out of here.
You had to be there in the theater to
Get the fuck out of here.
Stop.
It's one of I'm sorry, he's so cute. I can't function. That
We're almost at the end. I don't need you to do this to
him
me.
taking his top off is one of the most
Because he loses the wig, he has the spiky hair, and he's like fucking jacked. He becomes a man. Okay.
Okay.
It's not that he went from a boy.
Okay.
He went from a lesbian boy
Yeah.
to a man.
Yeah.
And the girls, you had to be there. Okay. You had to be there in the theater when all the girls were like,
yeah, I don't
some
think
of the men.
some of the men. Yeah, I don't know if that sort of magic could be recreated.
No,
Or
or
if
someone
it-
taking off their shirt. No, never.
Well, it just like held so much weight with the
Yeah.
feral teens.
It was like when Jacob became a man. You were like, oh, he's a wolf now.
What else did
Because
you
remember, he like
Oh, because
they go away.
Yes, they like go away to
he
summer
came up-
camp,
Yeah, they go away like to like
wolf camp.
yeah, and then they come back a man,
Yes,
and you're like, oh my god.
you were like, hello.
I was like, okay.
What else about Team Jacob?
Okay. Honestly, I loved his wig. His wig was wigging. I love that he wore the beanie over the wig.
Camp?
I love that he was bilingual. Bella, where the hell you been, loca? That just
Stop. So
That's
good,
just-
so good.
that's just like
Bilingual king.
something, that for me I'm like is important to me. Someone who is bilingual.
Yeah.
I really like that he didn't eat humans. That was green flag for me.
It is a green flag.
That I didn't have to worry if I was gonna be lunch, dinner, or maybe a snack when he ate edible or something.
Yeah, true. He's not.
Turns into a sensual, handsome wolf.
Did you write sensual,
Yeah, I
comma,
did.
handsome?
What?
Sensual, comma, handsome wolf?
Yeah, but you know
Wow.
me, I didn't write a comma. But
Sensual wolf.
he's a sensual. Come on. I wish there was recordings of the theaters when he showed up without his fucking shirt on and his haircut. You had to be there.
Hey, you had to be there. What else?
He's not cold.
Period.
That is a big green flag for me. Doesn't watch you when he sleep because he also sleeps. That's a green flag for me. I like someone who sleeps. I don't know. Call me weird. Call me fucking loca, but I like a guy who sleeps. Also was not 187 years old, still in high school. I love that he was his age and his appropriate age in high school.
Yeah, that he wasn't a
Love
groomer.
that.
Yeah, no,
Hated that he ended up being a pedo.
hated that. Hated. That was a plot twist I was not prepared for.
Hated
I want to
that.
make that up. And then was like the whole refresh my memory because we didn't watch the whole
Mhm.
series. Is then the concept that like he was so obsessed with Bella because the thought was like his future lover was like an egg in her belly.
No, first you're getting crazy.
First of all,
That's that
science.
that's that Massachusetts biology. You went to a good school. Let me shut up. No, the concept was that it was a concept of a plan, and it was that it was that Bella was important to his future. That's why he was
Yeah.
like when Renesmee was born,
The name.
when she was born,
Renesmee.
when she was born, he like didn't have any feelings for Bella anymore at all, none. And here's another thing I would like to say. I hated how everyone gaslit Bella. I hated how everyone was like, Bella, what the hell? He's just imprinted. Like, what's wrong with you? And she's like, he wants to fuck my baby. like,
Yes.
like, let's rewind it the fuck back. Like, everyone's like, Bella, you're wildin'.
Wow.
You're wildin', girl. Like, everyone's
She's like, they're like, it is not that serious.
yeah, Bella, what's your problem? I don't know.
I don't want this grown ass man with the 6-pack.
That you're 20 and a wolf and you have a fucking crush on my 8-month baby.
You're sick. You're fucking sick.
Like, no, you know what? I don't want you changing her Pampers. I don't fucking want that.
That's dark, but true.
Okay. It was a joke. God, can we not joke in this podcast anymore? My God.
Shout out to jokes. Hey, girl. I see what you're doing with those jokes, girl. Keep it going, girl.
Thank you.
Anyway, here's Crystal by Fleetwood Mac. Why are you pouting at me?
I wasn't. I was sucking up boogers, but thank you for making a scene.
Oh,
Thank you for making a scene. Thank you. I was trying to do it quietly so that it wouldn't sound so poorly on the mic. And thank you for causing a scene.
Well, thanks for announcing it.
Thank you for causing a scene on this episode.
I love to do that. Another line reading that has been seared into my brain that I probably will be saying for the next 3 weeks or so as an obsessive tick is how you liking the rain, girl?
Bella, how you liking the rain?
How you
girl?
liking the rain, girl? That was crazy.
You're like
I don't like it. Also,
I'm like we had rain where I was from too. Like, do you think that's just your thing?
well, she was from Arizona, so maybe not a lot of rain. Pause. I love the intro to this film when they introduce Bella. Sorry, I just thought of this. When she's holding a little spade and has a potted little cactus. She's like, I'm leaving Arizona. I'm like, this is the most pathetic thing I've ever fucking seen. This is so sad.
You know what I thought you were
want
gonna
to kill
talk about?
myself. What?
The beginning scene where she's like talking and it's like just showing mountains, and she's like, I never knew how I would die,
Oh God!
but I wanted it to be in his arms.
It's
like
dying for someone you love. You're
Yeah.
like, shut, girl. You're 17.
Girl, you're 17.
Please relax.
You're 17.
You're 17. Also embarrassing that her mom. We talked about this when we watched it, but also, it's so embarrassing that her mom is now married to a new guy who's in minor league baseball. Red flag. That's a fucking red flag.
That's why they're traveling. That's why she left her 17-year-old daughter
in the middle of her junior year. Like, middle of her junior year. Not even...
She said, go relocate
midway,
because my husband is in the minor leagues.
and we gotta go to Jacksonville, honey. What? What the fuck? No.
And this is why she was in love with a vampire.
It's all the mother's fault. Charlie
always
Swan.
is.
Charlie Swan was the only real one. Charlie Swan was the only good parent with the head on his shoulders.
Dr. Kalar was a good...
Get Dr. Cullen out of your head. He's changing people without their consent.
He asked for his consent.
I
First
don't-
of all, he did. When he died with the Spanish influenza, he whispered in his ear,
How do you-
and because they played it, you weren't paying attention.
I was, but how do you know what they didn't show what he said?
Yes,
what
he
if
did.
What if he said?
nodded his head.
What if he said, you like hot pockets? And Edward's like, yeah. We don't know what he said. You want to live forever? Yeah. Oh, sorry. The cost is that you're a vampire. Like, they don't set it up.
You want a shout out?
How you like the rain, girl?
He asked without consent is crazy. Like, I don't know what you have against this man who is supporting 5 vampires, 6 vampires, might I add. And then, Bella decides to be a teenage vampire. So guess what? She gets to play mommy and daddy too. Now she doesn't have to have a job. The fuck? What the fuck is happening here? That's exactly what I want to be, a 17-year-old vampire. But not with my parents. Not with them. With your parents. Nope, not with them either.
No, they would drive us crazy.
They'd be like, okay, stay in the basement with us forever.
Oh, God.
And I'd be like, I'm going to kill myself.
And you're like, you can't. Do you think you could have a pet if you were a vampire?
Why not?
Well, are you going to eat the pet?
Oh, I thought you meant because the pet dies and you don't.
You're like, that's real life, baby, too.
Right, exactly. Could you have a pet?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Maybe
Probably
like a
not.
fish. Maybe like a
I mean, man, you get those midnight munchies and anything is up for grabs, really.
No,
So
literally.
fish have blood.
I've been thinking about eating Jameson's leg. It looks like a turkey leg.
All right. On that note,
What? Are you done?
you just said you wanted to eat a dog's leg.
I'm
You're
joking. I'm joking.
How does it feel? How does it feel to not be able to joke on this podcast? Take away my freedom of speech.
When did I do that?
Right now.
Oh.
Well,
wait.
what do you want from
I also have one funny thing that I needed to share.
me? Okay, we'll decide if it's funny.
Yeah, we probably should. Oh no, I lost it.
Just like the email.
Oh my gosh. I can't find it now. I wish I was joking, but I can't fucking find it. I can't find it. Listen. Are you checking your text messages on this podcast?
Dr. Carlisle texted me.
You have to go in.
He asked me if I wanted to be a vampire.
You got to scrub up to be a vampire, but you got to pay your dues. Yeah, I heard it too.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
what was the funny thing?
I can't find it, so I give up. My brain is an empty vessel. Listen. Oh. Did you know that there is potential that Henry Cavill would have been cast as Edward and Jennifer Lawrence was up for Bella Swan? How would you feel about Jennifer Lawrence playing Bella?
No, because I feel like the director was the issue.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Lawrence did great on Hunger Games. Jennifer Lawrence sold the shit out of Hunger Games. She does not get enough credit for that fucking movie.
She really eats. She really eats in that movie. Well, it's crazy because you would think that, like, because they made mention that it was after Winter's Bone, which was like her breakout role. And I'm like, oh, damn, if she booked Twilight, she wouldn't be Katniss. Because they kind of came out.
Too close.
Yeah. And career-wise, they probably
Hunger Games came out in like 2012.
Yeah, and so they probably would not have advised her to do both.
Or she would have, they would have been like, no, you're Bella. Because remember, like, even Kirsten Stewart had to take Kristen?
Kristen.
I always get so fucking mixed up with the
Kirsten Dunst and Kristen Stewart, yeah.
She had to take a break. Like, they all took a break after that. Because it's like sometimes people can see you as another character. Like, look at Jon Snow. He had to go to therapy.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes people don't see you. That's like that's why Marvel pays so well. Because they know that, like, essentially what they are doing to you is, like, you probably won't be able to work again for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Like, it's very rare for someone to be able, like, Tom Holland, like, he's, like...
Yeah.
I think for a long time he's going to be Spider-Man. Yeah,
I hear it, too.
What is that?
I don't know.
Is that me or you? It's you.
Is it my thing? Is it my wire?
What is that?
What is that?
Oh.
Is it that?
Yep.
The wire splitter?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of messing with my headphones.
I think we're good. I think we're good. I think it's going to be the headphones.
Okay. Well, sorry
about that. Like, Tom Holland's going to, like, Taylor Lautner has such a hard time being anything other than... Then he got this, like, role of, like, kind of, like... some kind of like Jason Bourne, Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Taken kind of like
Okay.
role.
And he probably bombed, right?
He probably bombed. But remember, he was Shark Boy.
That's embarrassing too.
There's that.
That was prior to Twilight, right?
Yeah.
Also,
Robert Pattinson. Like, it's so hard. It's so hard to take these roles. So, like, she would have not been Katniss.
no.
She would have not been Katniss.
No.
She would.
Because you also, I feel like once you do something that becomes like such a huge franchise, you stray away from doing another franchise of films for a long time.
Daniel Radcliffe. They weren't able to do.
I mean,
They
yeah.
talk about how those three weren't able to do anything after that.
He's
'Cause
like,
they were Harry Potter.
yeah, I mean, he's killing it now. But
Now?
even still, I know.
Now,
I know.
how many years?
I know.
is that?
10, that's like a decade. And granted,
Like,
yes, you have the money, but like,
Right, but you want to work like more than you want the money when you're like a performer.
yeah, exactly.
Because like this podcast, like with this podcast, we could retire. Like if we bought this house, we could
Yes.
retire with the Patreon. But like we want to work.
I love the work.
Like nobody wants to work anymore. Like Edward Cullen just wants to go to high school, and we want to work.
I want to work. I want to work. Nobody wants to work.
You did that?
I don't know.
Who did that?
I don't know. That's going back over there.
All right. Well, that's our episode. Did you have something to say?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening to us. This is a cult classic film. No, it's not. But in my mind, it is.
It could be a cult classic to you. Won't we Google it? Why don't we Google it before we go?
Why don't we?
Why don't we take a second chance?
Why don't we
have a little dance?
You can have a wiggle.
And
you
a
can have
tickle.
a walk.
And a
so
ball.
why not?
Is Twilight
A cult classic.
a cult classic?
When I go to the club, I want to read those cult classics.
Yes.
Yes.
Dedicated fan base.
Yes.
Resurgence in popularity. No, it is not. Cinematic marker.
Yes.
Nope. Impact on the film industry. I don't think so. Soundtrack, yes.
Victory is so sweet. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, the gods have spoken.
The gods of Google.
The Google gods.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you
Darlings.
so much for listening. Next
Love
week,
you.
it's Halloween.
Spooky
We'll
scary.
be doing something spooky. What are we doing, Kate?
You want to tell him?
You want to tell him? I'll tell him. You tell him. I'll tell him. You tell him. I'll tell him.
Are you ready to play a game? I don't think that's
What?
what he says.
What's your favorite scary movie?